We'll be down to the final two. The nation, of course, and the French are on a tremendous roll, as you've heard. There's no pressure on them, and that could have a liberating they have proved capable of doing. And now they attack with pace. Drula. Fortunate for Lizarazou, he trod on the ball, but Pavel couldn't go any further. Now Nedved. Good tackle on Giran by Nedvěd. He was suspended for the quarter.
Because at the moment, it's like watching, well, proverbial watching paint dry, isn't it?
Nedved doing well to keep up.
Whether it's the very fact it's not a full house or there's...
Pull out. Lovely little back healer for Giran. And Nedved made sure he got no further.
You can actually see where the...
Half clear. And Zidane couldn't play it back in. And the Czechs conceded. They beat Spain in the final. And when it was Czechoslovakia rather than the Czech Republic, they too were winners 20 years ago. A famous final against Germany. I wonder if that's an omen.
All the same. And the interesting thing was for me that there was only one.
And they're certainly not. Němec. Nedvěd. And Pavel, who hasn't seen much of the ball yet.
Now he's just holding that little right-hand spot at the moment. I think that's part of the containment plan.
He was hoping for. Now Němec. Nedvěd. Pavel now finds a bit of room. He's had to go. It's the chance for Zidane to go through, and he's trodden on the ball, and the Czechs have it back.
Yeah, he'd have made a rick there, actually, Drew. Like he's made a spin run again down the sides. But he'd actually gone a little bit early on that last run. The linesman on the far side had flagged him.
Certainly did look offside, yeah. Referee waved.
Going to be tired at the end of the game. The two Czech markers, Rada and Hornia. They haven't to cover miles to stay with the French front people.
Lamouchi, can he bring a save from either goalkeeper, which is what I was about to say. There hasn't the interest being shown by our clubs, Ron.
Yeah, I spoke earlier about Dessailly making runs through. But I think Zidane's got to make a few runs through from that central midfield area. I think the strikers are splitting well. They're working hard to pull.
Horniak. I can assure you there is not a heat wave in Manchester today.
I was going to say the goalies will be freezing. They don't make anything else. Passion about a side that's looking to go to the final, to a major final. Channels. I mean, both French strikers, as I've said, Loco and Djurkov, are making these runs down the channels or across little crossover runs. The Czech defenders, the Czech markers at the back are getting there very, very quickly.
And attacking the goal to our right, we get the Loco for France. Horniak got the ball off him. This is Nedvěd. And again.
And I think, sorry, even I've got caught somebody. I think Nedved there has kidded the referee.
Foul on Nedvěd, which is 32 games without defeat, set by the great Hungarian team of the 1950s. Whether they deserve to be thought of in the same breath as them is a highly debatable.
Can't imagine Puskas and his mum.
Kick looks though he might try and set it up for Nedvěd, who seems to be poised for the shot, and
out the game.
Unbeaten run, which now. I don't think they're desperately concerned about entertaining. They're just concerned about...
And the Czechs they've been blatant in the way they're playing it.
But the Czechs have it back again. Pavelski's layoff to Nedvěd. That's a useful return ball to the little clearance by Laurent Blanc, but it's straight to Nedvěd, offside. It won't count here. Still looks the man most likely to for the Czechs. Now Nedvěd, and that's a good ball for Berger. And Drulak is in a good time.
And the whole of the rest of the game put together.
And here's Nedvěd, and he's in trouble. International. Nedvěd, Němec. Can the Czechs
Five after that?
Well, going forward here, Nedvěd's thinking of more than survival, and he could have been thinking himself as a hero there.
Right left. Doesn't throw an orthodox cross, it spots his back, picks it out.
Oh dear, that's a good claim for a handball. It was an awkward one for the defender. Now, they go forward again, and Pavelski's making a great run down the centre here. Oh, that's a very debatable decision by the ref. Lizarazou here, and it's Nedvěd, in fact. Nedvěd. Niemiec. Horniak. And Nedved suddenly gets beyond the challenge from Dessailly. And no, make the shot kept. Kubik in possession, the latest substitute, Nedvěd. There by Kotulek. Now Nedvěd, some of these Czech players look out on their feet at the moment. Now Nedvěd, and that's a useful ball as well, and danger here.
The way it's been for the last few years, so be it.
Here's Nedvěd, trying to do without the need for extra time. Berger is with him, and Nedvěd. In the middle, it was unlucky. I'm sure it was the right thing to do, that early ball, and they've won it back again with Nedvěd. And a very good effort by Paul layoff.
Fullbacks, or they can try and play a little build-up football on the edge of their own penalty area. Where they've been fortunate is the French really haven't pressed.
Nedvěd in a good position too. He looks for him, edge of the box, and Nedvěd did well, but Lizarazou. It's a good little ball into Nedvěd. Close now, but here's Kubik. Nedvěd. Poborski.
And he's tried to thread a ball again through the defence when I think he might have done himself there.
Nedvěd for the Czechs, and a late but third.
I miss it. When he plays the reverse ball, I mean, it is an obvious one. He's well up.
Nedvěd for the Czech Republic. And Nedvěd. Penalty kicks against Holland in the quarter-final. Czechs level here, and has dramatic penalty shootouts down the years. You can never fail to sympathise with the sort of pressure these players. Quite incredible.